This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Thursday, the 22nd day of October, and it's time for your Barbados Today afternoon update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Our top story at this hour: law enforcers were on the hunt this morning for 75-year-old Marcelle Smith, who has been missing for more than a week now. A joint team of 43 soldiers and 28 police officers descended on Lowlands Christchurch and around 5:15 a.m., where they conducted a 3-hour intense search. They were, however, unsuccessful. Police Public Relations Officer, Acting Assistant Superintendent David Welch says investigations are ongoing and the search will continue. Now, just yesterday, family members and close relatives of Smiths made another appeal for the public to help find the woman who vanished on October the 12th. Her son Roger says the family is desperate for their mother's safe return.
We want people looking everywhere, continue to send in the great information to the police. As I said, we have absolute confidence in the Barbados Police Force to solve this crime as quickly as possible.
In other news, this Thursday, police today destroyed a large quantity of drugs at the Grantley Adams International Airport. The drugs, which included marijuana plants, cannabis, and cocaine, were those sampled and adjudicated in cases before the law courts. Police Public Relations Officer, Acting Assistant Superintendent David Welch was one of the officers present, and he gave a breakdown of the illegal substances.
In the case of the adjudication and sampling and certification, cannabis, 1,650.4 pounds, cocaine, 104.1 kilos, cannabis plants, 343. 343 plants. In terms of the drugs found, and there were no accused, no person arrested for these. We have cannabis, 2,549.7 pounds, cocaine, 5.7 kilos, plants, 30,484. Overall totals: cannabis, 4,200.1 pounds, cocaine, 109.8 kilos, and plants, 30,827 in all.
There are charges from opposition leader Mia Mottley that something is wrong with Barbados' sewage systems, and she's demanding that Prime Minister Francis Stewart come clean. Addressing the party faithful at the Foundation School after the Barbados Labour Party Christchurch West Central Constituency branch nominated pharmacist Adrian Ford as the candidate for the next general elections, Mottley challenged Stewart to speak up about the sewage problems on the South Coast that's affecting residents when he addresses a Democratic Labour Party meeting at the Dighton Griffith Secondary School on Sunday.
I want the Prime Minister to call for the files and to investigate whether there is not a need for urgent intervention under his leadership to prevent a crisis from becoming worse with the South Coast sewage system and the Weatherford Bridgetown sewage project. And what is at stake is the public health and the well-being of the people of this country. This is not a joke, and this is not a laughing matter. And the people of Barbados and the people of Christchurch in particular do not expect you to come to the Dighton Griffith School on Sunday and to remain silent or mum on the issue of the functioning of the South Coast Sewage Project. If between now and Saturday You cannot find what I am talking about. My number, Prime Minister, is 262-9001. And I am prepared to give you the facts, because what is at stake is a travesty and a tragedy that will impact on the public health of the people of this country, but in particular, the people of this parish and those in the surrounding areas in which govern. And this is a serious matter.
Authorities are turning their attention to the nation's school children. The government is backing a national research project which will probe issues including student discipline and behavioral challenges in schools. The Education Research Consortium will also examine issues surrounding adolescent sexual health, the transition from nursery to tertiary education, students with disabilities, and early childhood development. Chairman of the consortium, Professor Andrew Downs, told the launch the research aims to build on a strong education foundation for future development.
There are several issues affecting the education sector in Barbados which require rigorous research. Such research findings will support policy and programming and also planning and decision-making in Barbados. And that one is now becoming known as evidence-based decision-making.
In sports now, at the end of day one of the second test, West Indies versus Sri Lanka, the West Indies' three-pronged pace attack made light work of Sri Lanka's top order before debutant left-arm spinner Jomel Warrican claimed 4 wickets to wrap up the Sri Lankan innings at 200, 2 hours into the final session at the Pisara Oval. When the Windies took to the crease, they lost Shai Hope, leg before wicket, to Damaka Prasad in the first over. However, Craig Brathwaite and night watchman Devendra Bishu hang around before deteriorating light forced stumps. They ended on 17 for 1, trailing Sri Lanka by 183 runs.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To the region now, shocking, painful, and horrendous were some of the words used by United Nations representatives to describe the deaths of 18 babies within a 4-month span at 2 of Jamaica's top public hospitals. Lone Vaz, UNICEF's deputy representative, says the ongoing efforts to lower infant mortality in Jamaica, 18 deaths over 4 months, is horrendous. She insisted that the Ministry of Health must have an explanation on what actually happened. Yesterday, Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson came under heavy criticism after he said he was not aware of the deaths until late last week. At the same time, Sheila Rousseau, director of the United Nations Population Fund, says the first course of action is to determine the degree of the bacterial invasion. She emphasized that the situation facing the Cornwall Regional Hospital and University Hospital of the West Indies in St. Andrew speaks to the need to constantly protect and safeguard medical infrastructure and services from unhygienic invasion. And on the international scene, a masked man wielding a sword killed a teacher in an attack on a school in a Swedish town this morning. More in this CNN report.
There are 5 people who have been left injured by all this. One of them is the attacker himself. He was shot by police as they raced to the scene. Now, we were able a little while ago to get in touch with the police spokesman of that town. Let's listen to what he had to say.
We went through all the locals in the school, and during that time he injured 4 persons, 2 men and 2 boys. One male is dead, and the other 3 are in the hospital.
And that's the news and sports, but be sure to join us for another update this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.vb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to channel 101 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic afternoon.